Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to another video. Just to explain before we begin that any gameplay you do see in this video later on isn't me. It is in fact Yukeo, very esteemed and world-class keyboard and mouse player. So if you're wondering, wow, these goals and these things, the way Johnny's moving is really clean today. It's not me. It's Yukeo. And yeah, he'll be in this video again, talking to me a bit later on. So you get that to look forward to. You don't have to listen to me talking for this entire video. But yeah, anybody who doesn't know who Yukeo is, he's the newest member of Flipsid Tactics alongside Cuxer and Mystic. He recently finished top 8 at DreamHack Leipzig. Mystic couldn't make it to that event, so Jesse subbed in last minute and they did really well, finished top 8. It lost to the eventual winners 3-2 in the quarterfinals. PSG, of course, were the team that won that tournament. But I think a great result for them. They knocked out RLCS Season 4 runner-up Method in another very close fought series in the round of 16. So I think a fantastic result. First LAN for Yukeo. It's very cool to see him doing so well. But yeah, this video pretty much I just wanted to make it because I get a lot of people swinging by my Twitch and DMing me on Twitter and just like messaging me, whether it be YouTube comments or whatever, telling me, Johnny, haven't you heard the controller's way better than keyboard and mouse? Johnny, why do you play keyboard and mouse? Why are you giving yourself the disadvantage? And I want to just explain, my thoughts, but that'll be more at the end of the video. But also, get a chance to talk to Yukeo, one of the world's best, and see what he has to say and see what he thinks about the topic. So you can expect, a bit of discussion about the differences between KBM and controller. Is KBM competitively viable? And is there any advantage to playing keyboard and mouse besides quicker transitions to trash talking in all chat? And all of that and more in a couple of minutes. But of course, check out Yukeo. He's streaming on Twitch pretty regularly. You can hit him up on Twitter. I think it's Yukeo RL for both Twitch and Twitter. And yeah, huge shout out to him for sitting down with me and answering some of my questions about keyboard and mouse, Rocket League, and about himself and his own career in general. Because I think he's a very interesting guy. Huge prospects in 2018. I'm very excited to see how he does with his team Flipside. As you know, I'm a great fan of Flipside, and as a fan of keyboard and mouse Rocket League, I'm obviously going to be a fan of Yukeo. So let's waste no more time. Let's bring him in, and I've got a couple of questions to ask him, and we'll see what he has to say. Alright guys, I'm here with Yukeo. Hopefully, how are you doing, man? You feeling good?
Hey, what's up? I'm fine, actually.
Nice. You're just chilling, and I've stolen him away from his friends, but hopefully you'll be able to give a bit more insight on keyboard and mouse versus controller at a competitive level. So I've got a couple of questions for you, Yukeo. First of all, do you come from a PC or a console background when it comes to gaming?
I started Rocket League in the early beginnings, like 2015 in August, and I started with on PC, obviously, on Steam, and yeah.
What about before that? Did you play other games? Other games besides Rocket League?
I only played an unknown game for like 5 years or something. So like I'm a guy who plays one specific game and wants to be good at it. So yeah, that's pretty much.
And it was a keyboard game.
Rocket League, it was a keyboard game.
It was. So that's why you play Rocket League with keyboard and mouse as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
I only played like console games like Dragon Ball, if you know that, with controller. But it was just like when I was a child, kinda. Yeah. Not when I was getting older.
So you said that you're the kind of person who only plays one game at a time and tries to get really good at it. Is that the kind of person you are? You're a very competitive person in life and in games in particular?
Yeah, like I want to be proud of myself to see the improvement in one game, and I want to get like very good at one specific game. That's why I do it, kinda. Sometimes I only play like PUBG with friends, but that's like not that often.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. And were you always trying to be a top Rocket League player? Like from the moment you started playing, were you trying to be the best? Were you like watching tutorials, like watching other players, trying to get up there and compete?
Like in the very beginning, I was like only playing Rocket League with friends because I had another game that I played at the time. And that's why I wasn't good in the beginning. I only played it like on weekends with friends.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, like after time when I quit the game that I played because it got boring and I enjoyed Rocket League more, then I started to grind the game and I got good very quick actually at the game. In season 3 it was, I think, season 2 or season 3.
Right, okay. Did you ever, wait, is that ranked season 2 or RLCS season 2? Because they're
rank
season 2. Okay.
Was season 3. In
And
season 3, I improved the most. Actually.
Season 3. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And did you ever try playing with a controller at all? Did you ever just like buy a controller, install it, and see if it worked?
Actually. Yeah, I bought PS4 and Xbox One controller.
Really?
I bought both. Yeah. I had like 1,000 hours or something on Steam already. So, but I wasn't. Wait, what rank was I? I think it was like Champion 1 or Champion 2. I don't know. And I tried it out for like 1 hour in free play and stuff and tried everything out, but I just didn't see why I should switch, because I thought I was already good enough and it would take me too long to get used to it. But yeah.
Right.
Then I tried it again when I had like 3,000 hours or something. But yeah, I didn't want to, because I don't know, didn't feel as good as with keyboard.
Yeah, that's interesting. So the experience didn't feel quite as good.
Yeah.
You tried it multiple times. So is this because you hear a lot of other players and obviously most pros saying that controller's better, and you're just thinking maybe you're just having a bad day and you think to yourself, give it a go, maybe it'll work out.
Exactly. Like I always hear people saying, yeah, you should switch to controller, it's better, why you're playing on keyboard and stuff. But yeah, I just always stick with it because that was the thing I was best at. And yeah,
that's cool.
Just yeah.
So what do you say to those, or what do you do if people like say in your Twitch chat like, hey dude, controller's way better, you should try it? Because I'm sure you get that a lot, and you're just like shaking your head. But what do you do? How do you deal with that criticism? How do you like manage to put up with that?
I mean, I think everyone can see now that it doesn't matter if I play on controller or keyboard, since I already proved myself that I can be good enough. So I don't really mind if they say that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And do you think like there are any advantages for controller players? Like obviously some things are different, so maybe they're easier. What do you say about that? Do you think that there's anything that is easier to do on controller and that you're envious of? You look at controller players, you're like, man, I wish I had that for this specific skill. Or is it just, everything's fine for you?
I'm actually not sure. I think with controller you can have better control, but I'm not sure with that, because I don't know, like aerials, for example, it feels a little smoother in total, in my opinion.
On controller? Or?
On controller, on controller. Okay. It feels a little bit smoother, but I feel faster when I'm with keyboard.
Okay. So that's the trade-off. That's the advantage for keyboard, is you get to be faster. That's
my opinion, yeah. Maybe it's because I'm used to what I have to press or something. That's why I can be very quick.
Well, it's funny you say that though, because I've talked to a couple of people and then they say that they like the look of keyboard and mouse players because it looks very smooth. And I think what they mean is that when you push a button on keyboard, you know exactly what's going to happen. So if you push W and A, it's going to do a diagonal roll in that direction perfectly every time. Whereas, with controller players, there's more variables. So maybe they roll slightly in a it's not as binary. There's more directions. So it's interesting hearing different perspectives on that.
Like my opinion is like with controller, when you have the ball on your car, for example, you can have more control to like keep it up, for example.
Yeah, so you can accelerate and steer more gradually. Yeah.
That's why I think what I consider on being smoother.
So it's more like ground, yeah. And do you find yourself tapping a lot on keys to get like that small turn? Do you have to tap like a turn key very, very fast to get that incremental turn and not just like a really, really sharp turn that you would get if you held a button?
I press a lot of shift to like power slide, obviously. I pressed it a lot.
That's interesting. So what about keyboard and mouse? Is there anything that you're really glad you play keyboard and mouse that you're really able to do very well, very consistently compared to controller players?
Yeah, there's one thing actually, half flipping on keyboard and mouse. It's so easy, in my opinion. I actually never fail a half flip, so...
We're gonna hold you to that. We're gonna be watching. If you flip a half flip, I'm gonna clip that. Tweet it.
I think I never failed it actually. Like seriously, I never failed it.
Yeah, I agree.
Not
it's
even when I
definitely-
don't have boosts.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Better.
It's because the air roll is so quick on the diagonal. It's perfect. That's right, guys. Play keyboard mouse. You can air roll really quick when you half flip. So I've got maybe an unfair question, but hypothetically, let's say if you were having a really bad run, like really bad spell of play, would you just force yourself to make a switch? Let's say that all the keyboard and mouse players just fell off at the same time because this thing that controller players could do showed up and it was just game breaking. Obviously it's not likely for that to happen, but if it did, would you, just for the sake of being competitive, make the switch, or are you just locked in at this point? Do you think that by now you're just like, no, I will say keyboard mouse?
It's an interesting question. I think if it was like like that, it was very obvious that every keyboard player is like not good enough or something, I would switch actually, and would try to get a comeback if it like was very bad.
Well, I hope that never happens, by the way.
Yeah, but I don't think that happens.
As a fellow keyboard and mouse player, I love seeing keyboard and mouse players be successful. Since I know a lot of people will ask, do you use default controls?
Yeah, I never changed anything actually in the settings. So like I boost and jump with mouse, and the rest is on keyboard. And I only binded like camera swivel right and left to like E and Q on the keyboard, so that you can look around to your left and right. But that's just for kickoff, for example, to see the name.
Oh yeah.
Who's next to you, for example. That's what I like to do.
To see who's saying they've got it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And this actually relates to something you said earlier, but how did you get so good so fast? Because you think that most of your improvement was in Season 3 of Ranked, which is like Season 2 of RLCS, I think. How did you stay hidden? Because for the pro scene, obviously pro players and people who are paying attention to high rated ranked games and watching streams, they saw this guy Yukeo popping up and playing really well, but you kind of flew under the radar. Then like all of a sudden you're dominating rank S and you're getting all this respect from the pro scene. So what really happened? Give a quick story about your rise to being on Flipside.
Like the thing is, with Season 3, I meant just like from not being Grand Champ to getting Grand Champ so quick and instantly improved to top 10 in 3v3.
Okay.
Like I got that at the end of the season. And like I think Season 3 was very long, for 1 year or something. But yeah, I think I was like Champ 1 or something and got to Grand Champ very quick in top 10. But then it was just because I kept playing every day, kinda.
Right.
And put a lot of hours into the game. So like nowadays, I don't even know my exact number of how much playtime I have, but I think it's like 4,500 or something, maybe even more.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a lot.
You might not know, but they say 10,000 hours is like the amount that you need to master a skill, any skill in the world. So you're almost halfway there. You're almost like perfect, or halfway to perfecting the game. I don't have any other like questions really for you. That was great hearing your side and your experience. And I do want though to give you a chance to tell us where we can find you, because I'm sure a lot of people want to go and see you play. Maybe they've got questions for you. So where can people find you these days?
For example, twitch.tv/UKORL. It's like I stream sometimes, like every second day. So you could follow me there. And on Twitter, same URL. Like twitter.com/UKORL.
Okay, well that'll be in the description, both those links. But then same name as you said. But
I always tweet when I go live on Twitch, so
definitely follow Twitter as well and enable those notifications, definitely. But yeah, Yukeo, thank you so much, man. It's a pleasure to talk to you, and it is an honor to get to talk to one of the best keyboard and mouse players who has had great success competitively at the recent DreamHack event. I want to congratulate you on that because that was awesome to watch. But yeah, I'll hopefully see more of you in the future. Best of luck with Season 5, No, wait,
so
is it
much.
a season 5? Is it season 5? Yeah.
Also
5.
season 5, yeah.
Right. I get so confused because our ranked season's different. But yeah, anyway, pleasure to talk to you, man. Well, I'll see you later. So there you have it. That was Yukeo, and that was really interesting for me to listen to what he had to say about keyboard and mouse and how viable it is competitively, and a little bit more about himself, you know, and his history with gaming and Rocket League. I decided to just throw in some more personal questions because that's like the questions I wanted to know the answer to myself. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that aspect of, you know, the chat that we just had as well. Before I, you know, close out this video with a couple of summaries and conclusions, I will say that I do intend to make more of this style of video where I just get on a co-host, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, just, you know, grab someone who I want to chat to about any given topic. So if you guys have anything that you would want me to make these videos about, any topics, then be sure to let me know, and I'll try and make that happen. So I'll be paying very close attention to the comment section of this video. Although I usually do read all the comments, I don't reply very often, but I do read most of the comments for the videos that I do put out there. So be sure to let me know in the comments what you guys want to see in this sort of context, in this sort of style of video, because it was a lot of fun to make. I really enjoyed recording this with Yukeo. But yeah, really, a lot of things that Yukeo said were what I expected. I'm not at all surprised to hear that he's kind of a one-trick pony when it comes to games, and he focuses on one game at a time. And I kind of do the same thing with my content. I'm not obviously a pro gamer, but I like to stick with Rocket League just because I think I would dilute my quality of content if I started to diversify right now. Maybe in the future I will, but who knows. But yeah, I'm not at all surprised to hear that Yukeo has stuck with Rocket League, and even before that, sticking with one game at a time. That's definitely something I would advise if you want to really get good at the game, and it's definitely if you want to get good at keyboard and mouse, you've got to just go all in on keyboard and mouse. You can't be splitting 50-50 between keyboard and mouse and controller. And speaking about keyboard and mouse versus controller, I do agree with Yukeo that I think KBM is viable. That was already my opinion before we had that chat. But I'm glad to, you know, hear his opinion and hear his reasoning behind it. Yeah, there's always going to be advantages and disadvantages. I do agree with what you said about controller being a bit more accurate and having more, you know, steering options. That's just a fact. But keyboard is a little bit quicker and a little bit more, you know what you're going to get when you push a button. And that sort of reliable input really does allow keyboard and mouse players to do some things very quickly, and that's the thing that most impresses me about Yukeo's play. It just looks very, very fast and very, very, I guess, aggressive when he plays, and I really like watching that. But yeah, definitely be sure to check him out and swing by his Twitch and Twitter. I know that the links will be in the description, and I said that already, but I'm just gonna say it again because I really do appreciate Yukeo giving up his free time to come and chat to me for, you know, all of us to enjoy. And just in conclusion, just want to say, yeah, just keep grinding. If you want to get good at Rocket League, doesn't really matter what you play with. If you enjoy playing with keyboard and mouse, if you enjoy playing with controller, then just keep grinding, keep going at it, keep doing what you're doing, because I'm sure you'll get there in the end. You've just got to have the right mindset, and you've got to apply yourself. And I mean, well, 4,500 hours, that's a long time. So if you want to be as good as Yukeo, you need to start putting the time in. And if you don't have that time, then don't feel too bad if you can't do the things that this guy does, because he really is one of the players to watch in 2018. I think he's definitely got a bright future ahead of him. But that's going to be it for now. Big thanks to all of you for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. Again, I'll be looking at the comments for suggestions for future videos in this style and topics that you guys want me to do or to focus on. You can be as specific or as unspecific as you want in the comment section, so don't worry about that. But anyway, I'm gonna head off. I think I'm trying to time this one well for the end of the game, so hopefully we've rounded out just about when this is about to finish. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Until then, take care, and thanks again for watching.